Today I'm going to show you how to use Microsoft Excel to solve one of your questions in Chapter 7. If you have not already done so, you need to watch the video and view the website on how to install the Data Tool Pack. So once you've installed that Analysis Tool Pack, that Data Tool Pack, we're going to use that today to solve this question. And this is for Chapter 7. Not all the questions in Chapter 7 are going to require you to use Microsoft Excel. However, a few of them do. When they give you data, you're going to want to use Microsoft Excel. So for this question, we want to construct a confidence interval. And it says, refer to the accompanying data set and construct a 95% confidence interval for the mean. So we're going to first go ahead and click on our data here. Here's our data. We could do this by hand, but there's a lot of data, and we really don't want to do that. So we're going to go ahead and click right here where it says copy. Click to copy to a table. So we're going to click to copy to a table, and we're going to open that in Microsoft Excel. That's going to put your downloaded file down below. We're going to go ahead and open up that Microsoft Excel file. Make sure you enable editing. And this is your Microsoft Excel file. And here's our original data. Now we need to make sure we answer this question correctly. Watch out, it asks for the pulse rate for adult females first. So we're going to do the females first, and then we're going to do the males. We're going to start by getting our information. So let's go ahead and work with our data. So we've got our Excel file here. Here's all of our data. We're going to go under the Data Tool tab, and we want Data Analysis. We want to then click Descriptive Statistics here. It's going to make another dialog box pop up. We want to go ahead and get our input range, so let's go ahead and do that. You'll click this icon here. Go over and you'll click your data. Notice I started with the males at the top here. Click here to go ahead and put that in. We have a label at the top. I like to use the labels. I think that'll make it easier. So we're going to check this box. It says labels in the first row. Now output range. We'll go ahead and put an output range here. And then we will select somewhere where we want it to go. Just put it in D3 in this case. Go back. Now, make sure you click Summary Statistics, and you want a confidence interval for the mean. Now, you can adjust this level. If it was a 90%, you would use 90% here. In our case, though, it's 95%. So make sure you put in the 95% here. So make sure these two boxes are checked. The other ones you do not need. And we'll click OK. And that's going to put our information here. Notice it's labeled, so we can see our information. Now the only ones that we're going to be worried about, and I'll just adjust it so it's a little bit wider here, are going to be our confidence level. That's your margin of error, E, and your mean. So these are the only two that we're going to look at. Let's go ahead now and get the females, because our question says construct a 95% confidence interval for the pulse rate of adult females. We're going to do males and females both, but it wants females first. Make sure you read the directions. So let's repeat the process, and let's get the female data. So we'll go under the Data Analysis again. We want descriptive statistics. We want a new input range. So we'll go ahead and click the females here. So select the females. And output range, we'll put it right here. So just click somewhere that you want it to be put at. So we'll put it right here. Okay. Now again, make sure you check the box for summary statistics and also confidence level for the mean. In this case, again, we want 95%. If this would have been 90, we would change that and adjust it to 90. So we'll click OK. Make sure you check that box that says labels in the first row, because I always like to label it so we know what we're working with. The first one was males. This one is females. So make sure you check that box. Click OK, and there's your table. So now we can use this information to go ahead and finish this problem. What we want is we want to go ahead and work with the mean and the confidence level. So let me just highlight these so you can see them. Now, how do we find our confidence interval? Well, what we do is we take our mean and we subtract off our confidence level. This is our margin of error, and that's going to be on the left. And then we'll take the mean plus the confidence level. Again, that's your margin of error. And put that number on the right. Make sure you round to the correct number of places. In this case, it says 1 decimal place. So let me go ahead and put the calculator up on the screen so we can see what to do. So we're going to take our mean, which is 75.7. We're going to subtract from that our confidence level. That's our margin of error, 4.2553. We're going to go ahead and hit your equal key. And that is our first answer. Now, round to 1 decimal place. So that's going to be 71 point. If we round 5, it looks like, because we want it to 1 decimal place is needed. Now, how do we get the other side? Well, to get the other side, the upper limit, what we do is we go back and we use our mean, which is 75.7. And we're going to add on that 4.2553. We'll hit our equals again. That is 79.9553. We want it to 1 decimal place. So to 1 decimal place, if we round, that's going to be 80.0. And we can go ahead and check our answer, and it'll tell us we did it correctly. That was for the females. Now we're going to repeat the process for the males. So let's look at our data for the males. And we want our mean again. This is our margin of error here. So now we're going to do the same process with the males, because that's what it wants. 95% confidence interval again. So let's go ahead and use our calculator, and let's work with the males. What are we going to do? We're going to take the mean of the males, which is 66.95. We're going to subtract from it our confidence level here, margin of error, which is 3.864312. That's going to give us 63.08. If we round, that's going to be 63.1. So that number's going to go here. 63.1 when we round. Make sure you round to the correct number of places. Now we need the upper limit. How do we get the upper limit? We go back again, clear our calculator screen. You can just use a regular calculator. I'm just using the screen so you can see what we're working with. We're working with the males again. So that's 66.95. We're going to add to that 3.864312. We're going to hit equals. And that's 70.8 if we round. So that's going to be our upper limit. 70.8. Check our answer here. It says we did it great there. Okay, now, how do we finish this question? Well, here it says we want to compare the results. Now, when we compare the results, we want to see if these overlap or not. So what we've got is we've got the females, they're 71.5 for the lower part. Now look at the males. The males is 70.8 for the upper part. These don't overlap, right? This one's, the lower limit is larger than the upper limit on the males. So what do we know here then? Well, these do not overlap, right? Okay, so we can say it's not the first two. These do not overlap. So it's not these two, it's not A and B. It's going to be either C or D. Well, the confidence intervals do not overlap, so it appears there is no significant difference between the mean pulse rates. Well, if they don't overlap, that's not correct. If they do not overlap, that means they have a significantly higher mean pulse rate. So we're going to go ahead and click D. And that is the correct answer. So that finishes out this question. Hopefully this helps when you get to Chapter 7. Some of you may not be in Chapter 7 yet, but when you do, go back and refer back to this video.